Welcome to the 2023 SUS CP Conference, the Edge of Opportunity podcast from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. The Southeastern United States Canadian Provinces, or SUS CP Alliance, was established in 2007 to formally advance a common interest in enhancing economic ties between the two regions. The Alliance is a strategic trade and investment-focused partnership between 6 southeastern U.S. states and 6 Canadian provinces. This year's conference is focused on opportunities in the blue and green economies.
And welcome back to the Edge of Opportunity podcast here at SUS CP 2023. I'm Alan Dale. With me as always, my good buddy, Jerry Carew. We are Gale Force Winds, and I got to tell you, it's cool to be in conversation with people that are doing interesting things throughout Canada and the southeastern United States. Lori, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Great. So I'm Lori Odom. I'm Vice President of International Business and Economic Development at the Nashville Area Chamber of Commerce. So I am in Nashville, Tennessee, and here in Atlantic Canada to take part in the SUS CP conference, to meet with friends that I've met throughout the year at this event, to learn more about business opportunities for Nashville-based companies that might exist here, and just to be part of the celebration of the friendship between our countries.
So Nashville, geographically kind of position Nashville for us. Where is it?
So we are, if you looked at a population density map of the United States, and you kind of recognize that hand of Michigan at the top, and all Canadians know Florida, okay? We're kind of smack dab right in between those two. So in Nashville, we are one of 6 cities in the U.S. where 3 interstate systems converge. So right kind of at the heartbeat of, I think, a lot of transit opportunities in the U.S.
So Lori, tell us geographically where Nashville is and why that's important. Let's do that again.
Okay. Well, can we start over again?
Sure, we can.
Enough ants? Did that sound okay?
No,
okay.
that's actually
Okay.
You know what? I can picture where, like, I know where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the way you did it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's go.
Okay. So if you think of a map of the United States, and most people recognize kind of the hand of Michigan, and most Canadians know Florida, we in Tennessee are kind of smack dab in the middle of those on a map. So great central southeastern United States location, very easy access. We're about a 2-hour direct flight to Toronto. We're about a 2-hour, a little under 2 hours to New York. We're about an hour and a half to Chicago, to DC. Really great connections if you're located in the central part of Tennessee.
Other than being the home of music, what else is Nashville, Tennessee known for?
You know, people know us for that tourism and hospitality and country music, which is our global brand, which is really exciting. There's nothing like kind of leading with that. But what people might not realize about Nashville is we're the home for for-profit healthcare in the United States. So our largest industry is actually healthcare. Okay. So healthcare management, there are 17 publicly traded companies that are headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee, that represent the largest hospital providers throughout the United States. They represent the largest behavioral health centers throughout the United States. They represent the largest senior living center throughout the United States. There's about 500,000 people globally that are employed, in about a $92 billion economic impact that comes out of Nashville for the healthcare industry. So if you're a company that's involved in health tech, in kind of operating systems that make the healthcare system run more smoothly, you're probably going to sell that product or that good or service through Nashville, Tennessee at some point in your career.
Wow. So well, that's fantastic to know that. So as a chamber, what was your ideal kind of client look like to come into Nashville? So if you were making that pitch to say, somebody come on down to Nashville and check us out, what would that be?
You know, it looks different depending upon the client, and we're I think we're very much in the the business of we want businesses that succeed, that will be successful there, and that looks very different for that company. So we have a really strong automotive manufacturing base as well. So we've seen a lot of investment recently in electric vehicles. So if you're an industrial client that's in that sector, we could have a lot of opportunities for you there. I mentioned that health tech and digital tech. If you're a growing tech company, Nashville can be a great home for that operation as well. If you're a corporate headquarters, we can also be a great spot for that. So there's lots of different opportunities that kind of fall within technology, corporate ops, and then manufacturing.
State pretty business friendly, taxation and things like that. How does that look?
Definitely so. So Tennessee has no personal income tax. We have a very low property tax.
No personal income tax?
No personal income tax.
Wow.
Yeah. So that can add quite a bit of money back into your pocket. So we're seeing tremendous growth from high cost markets. We have a lot of people moving in from, New York, Chicago, LA, more highly regulated, highly taxed markets are where we're seeing a lot of growth.
Right. And to live in Nashville, is it cost effective to live down there? How's that look?
It's funny that you ask because I think it depends on who you ask.
Sure.
If you're coming from one of those high cost markets, I heard a great story where an elected official said, I got a phone call from a guy who had just moved here, and he said, I can't pay that. Like, I thought the taxes were lower here. I can't pay this. And he was, just raising Cain, as we would say in the South. And the mayor said, well, wait a minute, that's your bill for the year. And the guy said, oh, okay, that's okay. I thought it was for a month. This is what I was paying in Chicago for the month. So, costs are, it's a big market, high demand, so costs are rising. Mm-hmm. So we're dealing with that from an internal perspective, but we're seeing, we're top 5 in the country for housing growth, top 5 in the country for population growth, and top 5 in the country for job growth. So it's still a good place to be.
Wow, it sounds amazing. Sioux CP, was it everything that you expected?
It was, and more.
And more?
Yeah.
So you made some good contacts up here?
Made some great contacts, yeah. For me, it's always a great opportunity to reconnect with both my friends from the southeastern U.S. that I only see here. So that's, you travel a distance, but you get to reconnect with them, but also to meet with the folks that are throughout Atlantic Canada and to be able to build those connections and just kind of reemphasize that, Nashville might be a location for them and that we're a friend to them either way. So that's what we do here.
It's interesting, that you have to kind of come north of the border to remain connected across state lines. That often happens in a trade environment for sure. So Biloxi, Mississippi next year?
I'll be
excited
there.
about that?
Yes, love Biloxi. I've been to the Beau Rivage before. It's a wonderful resort. We encourage everybody to come down, and I think we'll have a robust group of companies from the South that are there to meet with our Canadian counterparts.
Well, I can tell you, having been to Nashville, Tennessee, it's a must place to visit. It's a beautiful community for sure. I had no idea it was so open to business and that opportunity existed there. So thanks for opening our eyes to that. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys for having me this morning. It's nice to chat with you.
Lori, next year when we're there in Biloxi, we'd like to sit and have a 1-hour podcast about no personal income tax. One last thing I want to tell you is that one of the best hockey games I ever saw was not in Tennessee, it was in Vancouver.
Okay.
Nashville playing Vancouver, went into 3 overtimes, and Nashville won. The
that's
locals were not very happy. What a game. We got our money's worth. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to the 2023 Seuss CP Conference, the Edge of Opportunity podcast from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. The 2024 conference is taking place in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we look forward to seeing you there.